What's up, guys? Hope everyone's doing well. I want to do a follow-up to a video that I released yesterday, which was the unboxing of this pair, which is a custom double monk strap boot from Carmina Shoemaker. And this was the pair that they had made for me as part of the collaboration that I did with them to launch their 3D custom tool. And this was from back in October 2021. So I want to do a little more in-depth review of the actual custom tool. More importantly, kind of the order experience for this particular boot. So overall, this new custom tool is really great as far as it allows you to customize almost every detail of the actual shoe. So this is the double monk boot. Here is a double monk, obviously derby shoe, and this was done through their previous custom tool, custom website. And I was able to customize a lot of this. This was, the upper, the buckles, the outsole color, the welt, whether 270 or 360 degree, as well as the outsole and the toe plates. So overall, it was a very good experience for this one. And I'm really happy with how this turned out, as well as, I wear this shoe a lot, couldn't be happier with it. Now their new custom tool it's really been revolutionized. Like, it's completely different than that. You can customize every aspect of this. You can choose from all of the leather options that they have available. You can choose the thread color. You can choose a custom paint for the outsole, obviously the toe plates, the outsole stitching, all the same details that you could have done, with their old tool here, but to a whole nother degree. The ordering process was, I think, besides just a few typical technology issues that kind of par for the course with releasing any new technology, there are always hiccups. And I'm excited to see how that custom tool continues to grow and evolve, and they hopefully can provide some additional videos or additional context around what some of the different details are, such as the fudge detail. You can do the soft fudge, and this is the same soft fudge on both of these. You can see that. And then you have like the hard fudge detail, but that's one of the details that's very hard to kind of get a feel for just by looking at the custom tool on the website. It's hard to see. So, a supplemental video kind of showing the different thread colors, suggestions of what Carmina would choose, I think would be a great way to kind of elevate it a little bit. Now for this order, let's start with the upper. And I'm going to preface this that I'm not really excited about doing this video. You'll see in a second. But Carmina and I have been kind of doing collaborations for a number of years now. They were the first shoemaker to really, offer a collaboration with me, make me a pair of shoes. I really have had a great relationship with them and still do. I just really like their shoes. But I feel like since I have an affiliate link, I regularly and have promoted them for a very long time, I feel like it's only fair if I, also report some of the less than ideal experiences like this one. We'll start with the positives. The upper. They were extremely gracious and extremely accommodating with allowing me to customize this pattern so that instead of just one type of leather, I was able to choose both the Color 4 and the Baker Replica Russian reindeer. That was great, and the upper turned out fantastic. I couldn't be happier with the upper, the color pairing. Now into the rest. And you may have been able to see it, but we'll start right here. So let's go to the welt. Now, the welt stitching, the outsole stitching, if you look here, you're going to see a few kind of holes down there. That is actually the welt stitching on the inside. So not the outsole welt stitching, the welt stitching that's connecting the welt to the linen ribbing. Not super aesthetically pleasing. The functional aspect of, I'm not sure how that would impact kind of future resoles or re-welting of the shoe. And as you can see, that kind of same aesthetic piece where the welding holes are visible all the way around the shoe. So this is definitely a tough video for me. I don't like to kind of be negative or unappreciative of anyone, but I think, again, because of the relationship and because of the recommendation that I've always given for Carmina to folks that I communicate with in the community, I feel like I have to be fair to the folks that follow and listen to me. So that's the one aspect. The other is, this welt joint isn't the cleanest. That's not a huge concern of mine, but as you can see, we'll get to a few other details, and they start to add up. And I think there's a takeaway which I'll touch on in a moment. So please, if you're interested in Carmina, stick around, because I'll get to what the takeaway is, and I think it's an important one. Other items. So the navy bottom looks great. I love it. If you look around the double leather sole here on the inner waist, obviously some of that navy paint got spilled on the waist. A little bit got on the upper, not a huge deal. And, a decent amount got on the actual welt stitches there, which again, not the end of the world. Let me pull up the other one. And as you'll notice, you can see those same, and then it's pretty noticeable right here on the forefoot of the shoe. So I talked with Ioana the other day and kind of shared some of this with her. Honestly, the last thing that I want is to ask them to remake it. Because this is, a boot that's made out of shell Cordovan and Baker Replica Russian reindeer, both extremely expensive and costly leathers. And I don't want to beat them up. That's not what any of this is about. It's really about, particularly in this case, I have an affiliate link. I've been very visible about my promotion and about my recommendations of Carmina in the past. So I think it's only kind of fair to the folks that have, followed and listened to my recommendations that I'm sharing both the good and the bad. I think the final takeaway is here. Something that I had mentioned, I would say, is whether I still would recommend Carmina in 2020. And I don't know what that answer is yet. I'm going to wait to hear back from Ioana, see what the plan is. And like I said, or at least I think I'm trying to be reasonable. Like I said, I don't want them to remake these. I want to figure out, how we can either come to a conclusion of something that both this shoe will be worn by me for many years, and something that also is not going to hurt them in any way. So please stay tuned. I promise to keep everybody up to date of what's going on with this order. And just let me know if you have any questions. Please be respectful in the comments. Not so much of me, but it's not to bash any company here. Just simply to kind of make sure I'm being honest and transparent about what the current state of the quality is that's coming out of different shoemakers, specifically those that I have been a strong proponent of recommending in the past. Yeah, stick around. I would definitely ask you to watch out for the next installment of this, and I'll let you know what my thoughts are.